All right, let's see what this is about here. Yeah, this is a really dope intro. This build-up is kind of gangster. Okay. Down world. Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name BlackPegasus, and my partner in crime, Don Wannabe, is in the field, so he's not here today, but you still got your favorite 40. We in here, 40. Wow, to sprinkle me, man. Anyways, this is Little Simz. Never heard. Song called Introvert. This intro is freaking epic. It's actually like very theatrical and moving, and that beat of boom, boom, boom. I don't know what we got here, but let's get it popping, y'all, man. That's the fun about first-time reactions. Now, the homie on IG sent me this and was like, yo, check this out. I believe this might be from the UK. I believe. We've been going down the Ren rabbit hole. A lot more UK homies have been following me and sending me stuff. But they're like, yo, man, you have to check this out. And they kept saying it. And actually, a couple other people did too. So we're going to check it out now. Let's get it. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all of the content. But if you're really rocking with the vibe, subscribe to the damn channel, player. Anyways, let's get it rolling. 40-year-old boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40. Holla. Anyways, let me get this logo down. Don't forget, you guys, I dropped a new music video. It's called Planned It. It's on the channel. Original content. Trying to get it to 10,000 views so I can drop a brand new song and video for you guys and keep that stuff rolling. I do drop original content on Wednesdays. So check out the original content the same way you do these reactions. And let's get this show on the road. Now, this is Little Simz, and it's called Introvert. And it ain't Lil. It ain't Lil like L-I-L, you know, America rappers. It's Little Simz. So let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Sounds epic, like an epic choir or orchestra, just bringing it in. Boom, boom, boom. All this like art, and I'm feeling like, you know, there's architecture, there's dancing, there's just a lot of art being displayed in these beginning moments. That beat switch was crazy. That's okay. This is kind of giving me, y'all know when we react to Toby Nwigwe on the channel, he is fire. If you ain't familiar, check him out. But I'm getting these, like, the way their outfits are done, the dancing, like it reminds me of a Toby Nwigwe, but it's its own thing already. Like it's, I don't know, there's just a lot going on here. And I'm feeling like there's some type of symbolism, like even here, like maybe this is like symbol of togetherness or like trying to heal someone. I don't know. But there's just a lot of art in this one from what I'm feeling.
The kingdom's on fire, the blood of a young Messiah. I see sinners in a church, I see sinners in a church. Sometimes I might be introvert, there's a war inside. I hear battle cries, mothers burying sons, young boys playing with guns. The devil's a liar, fulfill your wildest desires. Now I don't.
Okay, it's a female MC. Okay, and she's spitting. I mean, this is just a couple seconds in, but her voice, she sound good on the track.
I might be introvert, there's a war inside. I hear battle cries, mothers burying sons, young boys playing with guns. The devil's a liar, fulfill your wildest desires. Now I don't wanna be the one to doctor this, but if you can't feel pain, then you can't feel the opposite. The fight between the yin and yang's a fight you'll never win. I study humans, that makes me an anthropologist. I'm not into politics, but I know it's dark times. Parts of the world still living in apartheid. But if I don't take this winner's flight, that's career suicide. Though I should have been a friend when your grandma died. I see the illness, see my aunt laying in her bed. I see her soul rising as her body gets closer to death.
Yo, this song is crazy. The fact that she went from that beat and then it goes to this epic build. I haven't heard a hook yet. It's just like dun dun, and what she's talking about, she's like, I see sinners in a church, sinners in a church, and you're getting these art pieces that look like museum pieces from churches, maybe. She said, I'm an anthropologist. I study humans. Though if you can't feel pain, then you can't feel the opposite. Meaning, if you can't feel pain, you can't feel pleasure. She's talking about wars, street wars, like brothers clapping each other. I mean, and then the imagery, the father boxing with his son. Like, there's just, I believe I'm witnessing a piece of art here, a piece of visual art and musical art. Introvert. She said, yeah, don't mind me if I'm introvert. After Sinners in the Church, I believe. Interesting. All right, let's see where we go here.
Find a way, I'll find a way. The world's not over. I will make it, don't you cry. God, we just, that's
I need a license to feel internal wounds and I'm not trying to be healed. I sabotage what you're trying to build, cause the feelings I keep aside, but it's time to reveal. I hate the thought of just being a burden. I hate that these conversations are surfaced. Simz an artist or Sim be the person. To you I'm smiling but really I'm hurting. I dedicate my life and gave my heart over 20-something years. Left wondering how I even feel, but was it even worth it? I bottle up and let's spill it in verses. One day I'm wordless, next day I'm a wordsmith. Close to success but to happiness I'm the furthest. At night I wonder if my tears will dry on their own.
Is that what you would call interpretive dance? I'm going to bring it back because I started getting lost in this because his brother actually can dance really good. I mean, who am I? I'm not an expert in dancing, but his movements look very fluid, and it's like he's telling a story within the dance moves. I believe that would be interpretive dance. Wouldn't that be what it's called? But yo, this is crazy. I stopped it too before I heard the hook. She's like, fly away, fly, fly. This is crazy. This is actually crazy.
To you I'm smiling but really I'm hurting. I dedicate my life and gave my heart over 20-something years. Left wondering how I even feel, but was it even worth it? I bottle up and let's spill it in verses. One day I'm wordless, next day I'm a wordsmith. Close to success but to happiness I'm the furthest. At night I wonder if my tears will dry on their own. Hoping I will fulfill Amy's purpose. Angel said don't let ego be a disturbance. In the demon said motherfucker you earn this. Like they strip you of everything you're deserving. Realize there is a prison and ours being conditioned as fuck. Man, it's like they can't sleep till our spirit is crushed. How much fighting must we do? We've been fearless enough. All we've seen is broken homes here in poverty. Corrupt government officials, lies and atrocities. How they talking almost threatening the economy. Knocking down communities to re-up on properties. I'm directly affected, it does more than just bother me. Look beyond the surface, don't just see what you wanna see. My speech ain't involuntary, projecting attention straight from my lungs. I'm a black woman and I'm a proud one. We walking blind, faith not knowing the outcome. But as long as we're unified, then we've already won.
I wonder what her live performance looks like. Yo, she's going crazy. Yo.
In poverty, corrupt government officials, lies and atrocities. How they talking almost threatening the economy.
See, what's crazy is like, I think in 2020, exacerbated our relationships with each side, right? Whether in politics or race, whatever. And it kind of wiles me out because what she's saying right here can go to people on the left or the right now, because everyone is fed up with politics and the way things are being handled. So I don't know what side of the fence she sits. I felt like I'm getting, from what, like a pro-black vibe, you know what I'm saying? So she might sit a little more left, like social justice-esque, right? But what she's saying, I think anyone can identify with. And the hardest part, because I don't know what she meant, but she said making excuses to lock down communities or something, economies. And I was like, is she talking about 2020? She talking about the prison systems? Like, was she? Because like in the UK, I don't think the UK's prison system is like America's. Like America's prison system is something else from what I understand. But I could be wrong. It's definitely, it's interesting. That conversation is too deep for me to have right here, because I believe in law and order, but at the same time, everything in America is a hustle, So, the capitalism's dope, right? Free market's working, but people take advantage of this. And when greed kicks in, now you have these corporate industrialized prison systems, the war system, the school institutions, big pharma, everything starts going blah, 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 blah. So I don't know what she's talking about when she's saying lockdown. But, bro, 2020 woke me the F up. I was already a little wokey woke. Not woke in a bad way either, like woke mind virus, woke like awakened from the Matrix. Bro, she's spitting, bro. She's spitting. And it's interesting because I think we're at this unique moment where they're using divisive tactics to separate us. But what I wanted to highlight here is we're all really saying the same thing, right? During 2020, the right was like, these governments, they're trying to take our freedoms and gain more control. And she's over here like, yo, these oppressive things are trying to take our freedoms and gain control. Like, it's all really very similar, right? It's like religion in the sense that the moral compass is the same. The moral principles are the same. Just the technique to get to the destination is different. Can we as a human species get to the destination together with our differences and opinions? That's where I'm sitting these days. I've been watching a lot of different stuff. I've went back and forth, from both sides, you guys, both sides. I see great on the right and great on the left, personally. And I'm like, can we get to the destination together? Can we? Or will we destroy ourselves in the process, or will AI? Anyways, she's going crazy. It's sparking a lot of thoughts in my brain, conversation. Here we are, Little Simz. What does Simz mean? Is it her last name? Is it her real name? Is it a playoff simulation? This, like Simz, what is this? What's going on here? I'm new. Sheesh.
Locking down communities to re-up on properties. I'm directly affected, it does more than just bother me. Look beyond the surface, don't just see what you wanna see. My speech ain't involuntary, projecting attention straight from my lungs. I'm a black woman and I'm a proud one. We walking blind, fake not knowing the outcome. But as long as we're unified, then we've already won.
Maybe she's saying find a way. At first, I think I said fly away, but I think maybe in the hook she's saying find a way.
God, we trust, 'cause we're not alone.
I'm trying to figure out the imagery she's presenting when you have all the people touching someone. Like, what are they trying to project there? It feels and looks beautiful because it feels like togetherness. And, being in America, right? I'm an American rapper, and being in this system, I'm Black and Latino, and you see certain things, right? But like I really, in this part of my life, I started straying away from these certain mindsets that I believe cause emotional triggers that make me weaker as a man in general, right? Like any victimization mindsets, certain things, because if something happened where I'm being oppressed or treated unfairly, where my head place goes for me to have become stronger and be more successful in life is being like, that's okay. I just work harder, I get through it. And I know some people don't like that. They get mad when I say that because my mind just works differently, because for a lot of my life, these things emotionally crippled me. Certain words, certain slurs, certain actions people would take against me. And then sometimes because of that, I would also internalize things that weren't happening and think they were happening. Like think, I was being oppressed in a situation where I was just not, let's say, qualified for something. And it's like this weird balance to walk in America. But one of the things that gave me my power is taking away these emotional triggers and freeing my mind in the sense of like, I can do this. And especially in America, I have a lot of opportunities that people might not have in, let's say, a third world country. And if I think a certain way, I might not be able to reach or utilize these opportunities. And that has gained me so much momentum in the last 5-10 years of my life. And so when I'm watching this stuff being conveyed, I'm wondering what they're presenting here, because I'm seeing a strong man. And that's what I see, a strong man dancing and interpreting this art through his movements. And then the strong woman speaking and giving her soul. And then I'm seeing all these pictures, and it's so interesting to see, man. And I'm wondering what she was trying to convey, and then what has been conveyed is what these thoughts that are being generated, and these are the thoughts that I start thinking of, like, and juggling in my mind, like, yeah, man, what am I doing? What is the right way to go about this? And at the same time, have empathy, compassion for people, but also, walk that line of like, yo, we really gonna get it? I don't know. Anyways, just a lot of, this is thought provoking. And that's what real art does. It provokes thought. This is amazing. Looks like they're performing on like a history museum or something like that. Seems like she's showing the nuclear family at the end here. There's a lot of scenes where you're seeing, maybe that's her family. Maybe that was her as a kid, just laying down, and this is her family. This is interesting.
And so it begins. The base is an amalgamation of everything. Rules are not to be played by rebels. The story of never ending. Your introversion led you here. Intuition protected you along the way. Feelings allowed you to be well balanced. And perspective gave you foresight. The top of the mountain is nothing without the climb. Only the strong will survive. Only the strong will survive.
This is true. Only the strong will survive. So you have to find things that serve you and eliminate the things that don't serve you to become the strongest and make it to that mountaintop, which is interesting. They're talking about that at the end here. What makes you strong and stronger? What serves you? Think about that when we talk about these certain things and you're moving forward in life. It's interesting. For me, I had to release the emotional triggers. I remember slurs being thrown around, especially because I'm 43 years old, you guys. I'm from I was born in 1980. The 90s were wild, yo. Like you're hearing things in movies. They're dropping words where you're like, it's just a different time. And it's really interesting to fast forward to now, because I feel like we're in this very hyperbolic state where I'm like, yo, like, did we really just have thicker skin back in the 90s? Like, it's very interesting. But this is a really thought-provoking track. Sheesh. like warrior vibes in those last movements. He was doing like, ah.
Not lonely, your truth unveiled with time. As you embark on a journey of what it takes to be a woman.
Oh, okay. You know, it's crazy. Because what is a woman? Do y'all catch my sarcasm? We're in clown world. Tell me, what is a woman? Interesting. It's crazy. I never thought I'd get to a point in my life where you'd ask what is a woman, and there'd be so many different answers that go against biological terms. But I love that she put that in there, and this is her journey. I was interpreting all these things, and then it ends like, hey, it kind of goes back to her and her journey. But I think it could be interpreted in a lot of different ways here. This is dope. I mean, she's ill. It says Little Simz, Introvert, a woman, live at the Brit Awards. Craziness. Not being from America, I was always curious how the UK is divided up, how diverse it is, how diverse it isn't. Like, I think it's a pretty diverse spot. America is the crazy melting pot. You go to like New York, LA, it's just, America's wild. But I wonder how diverse is the UK? Like, what's their black population like? Because it's so, I know it's different than America. American culture is so different. But I'm like, oh, you can't say that because you don't know. I've been to London. Is it Leeds? I think I've been to Leeds. Maybe even Bristol. I don't know. I've been to a few places. I was on tour with All Flows Reach Out about 6 or 7 years ago, him and Marco Polo. And we played the UK. And yeah, man, from what I gathered, I'm just over there. I didn't get to absorb the culture and just see how it really is. And it's, that's what I actually want to do in this part of my life, is really travel and absorb cultures from all over the world. So I got questions for you, UK. Let a player know, man. I'm curious, man. What's it like out there? Like, it's interesting. America's very unique in its own way too, obviously. Anyways, this was dope, man. It got me thinking about a bunch of different stuff. Like, my mind's going in all these different places. Anyways, freaking Little Simz, yo. Introvert. Yo, thanks for putting this on my radar. I forgot the homie who sent it to me on IG, but this was lit. This was tight. I really enjoyed this. This was dope. I'll have to look into Little Simz more and see what she's on and what she's about. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share the video. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We're about 10,000 subs away from 100,000 subs. You know what that means? It makes me an official YouTuber. Get my YouTube plaque. I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Hey, nice to meet you, buddy. Let me zip up my jaqueta. Anyways, you guys, you know what it is. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boys.
40.